Okay, I studied in Nottingham, and it was about an hour and a half north of London. So I was excited about that because before I went to the UK, I really only knew about London. I'd heard about various other spots, and obviously I knew that they were going to have the Olympics there, so it was just like an exciting time. I thought Nottingham was going to be kind of, I don't know, like not a big city. I thought it was going to be small. I knew from what I'd researched prior to actually going that it was mostly a college town, or a uni town, as they would say. But there's like 3 universities there, so it's mostly known for students. Studying in England was quite different than Georgia State. The classes were called modules, and actually even registering for them was different. Here at GSU, we just register online, and like you go to it. But in England, it's like old-fashioned. You actually like physically go with a paper and like look at it and like write down the course that you want, and then you have to go to the school department and get them to like authorize you to join it. And it's kind of like a super long process that I feel like online just is much more efficient. But it was cool to do it that way because you got to like meet the professors kind of, and just I don't know, I guess like the academic personnel that works at the school, and kind of do it that way. So that was cool. So we did that, and then the way that they structure it is you have seminars and you have lectures. The lectures are not mandatory, but I mean, you should go. But the seminars, you have to go. Like, if you don't, like, they're going to notice. But in a lecture, you have about maybe 150-ish people in your lecture. And depending on what level course it is, depends on how long the lecture is and how frequent it is a week. Mine were generally about 2-hour lectures. So you have that, and you go, and the teacher just talks. Sometimes they use PowerPoint, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they'll just lecture straight through, but you don't ask any questions. Like, if you're confused about something, you don't ask. Like, the lecture, the professor just talks, and then he leaves. You also, like, he's not going to wait around after class, so if you have any, like, questions, like, no, you don't ask. Like, he just talks and leaves. It was these 2 guys, and then it was me and my friend, and then one of their best girlfriends came. And so the 5 of us just spent, like, the whole weekend together, and they took us all around the northern parts of the UK, and, like, we got to do things that I didn't think I would get to do. I got to see, like, the coast areas. We went to 2 castles. One of the guys' family has, like, a country house, so we went and stayed there, and, like, they used coal in the fireplace instead of wood, and like they cooked us an English breakfast, like traditional English breakfast with like black pudding and everything. Like, so that was cool, and we did things that I just didn't think that we would get to do, and like having like actual British people like take you around and do that kind of stuff like was just awesome. It was kind of like living with a host family for a weekend. It was really cool to like talk to people your own age and who are studying things similar to you and talk about world events, like random things just about life, and like see how they think and how we think and how it's different, and to just see like what university is like over there. Like, for example, at Georgia State, I'm in a sorority. They don't have Greek life at universities over there because it's just an American thing. So of course they like wanted to know all about that because it's like a huge thing. Like, is it like American Pie? Is it like the house bunny? And I'm like, no. So, you know, they only know like the stereotypes from the film and stuff. And then the same thing with us, be like, oh, like, do you guys all know the Queen? Like, do you drink tea all the time? So stuff like that. So it was cool to just see like their differences and our differences, and see like what things we had in common, and to just like kind of live their life for a while. It was cool. You got to be like a different person.